Hey everyone, this is C Crypto Daily Buzz. Today is April 18th, 2026, and we're looking at Bitcoin breaking above 78K on a big oil sell-off, Kraken's parent buying a fully licensed US derivatives exchange, and what the latest crypto startup funding numbers say about where smart money is going. This channel summarizes the most important crypto news for investors in Southeast Asia, including traders and remittance users in the Philippines, Vietnam, Indonesia, and across the region. Issue 1. BTC breaks 78K as Iran reopens the Strait of Hormuz. Bitcoin has climbed above $78,000 for the first time in about 7 weeks, after Iran declared the Strait of Hormuz fully open, sending WTI crude down roughly 11% to around $85–86 per barrel and triggering a broad risk-on rally. Analysts note that the strait handles close to 20% of global oil supply and that its earlier closure kept oil above $100 and pressure on risk assets. With oil now back below 90 and an FOMC meeting set for April 28–29, rate cut hopes are back on the table. BTC has also pushed back above its 100-day moving average, while MicroStrategy spin-out strategy saw double-digit share gains as the market repriced the value of its large Bitcoin holdings. For traders in Southeast Asia, including OFW investors in the Philippines and Vietnam, the key point is that macro headlines, oil, war, and the Fed, are again driving big intraday moves. So position sizes and leverage need to assume that a change in ceasefire news or FOMC tone can swing BTC several $1,000s in either direction. Issue 2. Kraken's parent. Payward to buy Bitnomial for $550 million and go deep into US derivatives. Kraken's parent company Payward has agreed to acquire Chicago-based Bitnomial in a cash-and-stock deal worth up to $550 million, pending regulatory approval in the first half of 2026. Bitnomial is the first crypto-native venue to hold all 3 key US derivatives licenses: a designated contract market, derivatives clearing organization, and futures commission merchant, giving Payward an instant, vertically integrated, CFTC-regulated futures and clearing stack. Once the deal closes, Kraken will be able to offer onshore, regulated trading in products like perpetual swaps, options, and physically delivered futures, including markets tied to assets such as XRP and Solana, alongside its existing spot and margin business. For investors in Southeast Asia who use Kraken or follow US derivatives trends, this is a sign that large offshore exchanges are racing to secure fully regulated infrastructure in America, which could eventually translate into safer, more compliant access routes for institutions and high-volume traders in the region. Issue 3. Q1 crypto startup funding down 15% YOY, still near 5B with smart money active. New data show that crypto startups raised just under $5 billion in the first quarter of 2026, a roughly 15–16% drop from the same period a year earlier, according to DeFi Llama figures cited by multiple reports. The decline comes as the overall crypto market remains about 40% below its prior peak, with many companies cutting staff. Yet capital is shifting toward more practical sectors like prediction markets, payments rails, and trading infrastructure rather than pure token speculation. Coinbase Ventures emerged as one of the most active investors in Q1, with its lead partners arguing that quieter markets are often when the best long-term deals are made, a view echoed by several major venture funds that are rotating toward builders with clearer revenue paths. For founders and investors in Southeast Asia, this suggests that while fundraising is tougher, serious capital has not disappeared. Instead, it is more selective, rewarding projects that solve real problems in areas like remittances, compliance, and market infrastructure rather than chasing the next meme cycle. Summary: 1. Bitcoin pushes above 78K as Iran reopens the Strait of Hormuz. Oil drops over 10%, and markets price in better odds of Fed rate cuts. 2. Kraken parent Payward agrees to buy fully licensed US derivatives venue Bitnomial for up to $550 million, accelerating its push into CFTC-regulated futures and options. 3. Q1 2026 crypto startup funding falls about 15% year-on-year to nearly 5 BDIs, but capital rotates toward practical sectors like prediction markets, payments, and infrastructure. This video is for information and education only and is not financial advice. All investment decisions and risks are your own responsibility. If this video was helpful, please subscribe, hit the like button, and turn on the notification bell. Chart analysis and trading insights. Join our free Telegram channel, link in the description. See you in the next one.